Yes, a warm welcome to today's talk. It's Emmanuel here. I'm a medical clinician in this refugee hosting community in northern Uganda. I'm speaking out today to add into the voice of the world the most important doctors who try to fight what is really so bad in this world, how politics really affects our medical world, like our professions. There's what they call the medical industrial complex, which is like a clique of people who want to influence the health proceedings, and everything that they do is about making profits and making themselves so much richer. They involve much more so the World Health Organizations and also businessmen, entrepreneurs who want to get rich by making people always sick, and they want to always be treating, giving out medication which are really not so much important, and telling us wrong data and a lot of wrong prescriptions, a lot of wrong instructions, that any issue which is affecting us should be taking drugs, and they are everyday manufacturing drugs which are meant for us to be bought, and they use it on us, making us more sick and sicker and sick always. And I would love to thank and appreciate Dr. Suneeldhand and also Dr. John Campbell for always inspiring me to do this. I've been watching their videos and it really inspires me to also take this fight from my community in Africa, because here it's not really so much a big topic, but I've seen in the next 10 years, 20 years, it's going to also deprive us so much. First of all, this is a very disadvantaged community. Economically, people don't have money, and these industries, these big farmers and the big food, they keep on processing these drugs, they keep on processing these bad foods which people eat, and they get sicker and sicker, yet they don't have money to buy drugs and also to treat themselves. So I would love to speak about one most important thing. They always say nature is the best physician. So we don't need to take drugs, yet we have godly options given to us by God. Through exercises we can beat almost so many diseases, like there are many cases of high blood pressure among the elderly in this community. You find in any OPD visit, if you go to the hospital, over 300 elders every day they come because of complaints of cardiovascular disorders, hypertension, diabetes mellitus. Always they say type 2 diabetes, we don't need to treat them. There are no medication which are really meant to have these drugs, but there are very many outside there. The oral anti-diabetics, people process and they tell you people to buy, yet there are very many options to beating type 2 diabetes. If you have type 2 diabetes, it is you who caused it because of your dietary lifestyles, how you eat, what you do, sedentary lifestyles, you don't exercise, you don't eat well. That's one of the factors which contributes majorly to type 2 diabetes, and we continue to take drugs for this. Yet we have very many simpler scientific approaches given by nature to us. You can go and do an exercise, you also control your diet, intermittent fasting, you break the insulin resistance. A lot of things can work. Now in the following videos, my subsequent video, I will be telling you people how to engage ourselves into this, how to beat insulin resistance and also beat type 2 diabetes out of this community, because we are really making these industries very richer and richer, because they are there to make us sicker and sicker. And these issues are really highly fought in the much developed countries like in America, Italy, in the UK. A lot of doctors who are really so much professionals, doctors who are God-given, the likes of Dr. Suneeldhand and also Dr. John Campbell. I would like to thank you and appreciate you for all the big fights that you have been putting forward to see that this medical industrial complex is broken totally, and our people get much healthier and healthier using the best means possible. So this fight is majorly in the much developed countries, and these developed countries, most time they have a lot of influence on us, the underdeveloped countries. They make the rules from there, because for us we are very much vulnerable. We get grants from them, we get loans from them, we get support from them. So you find any decision which is being made, the poor countries always, mostly in Africa, they have to take it up. Why? Because you don't have any options. First of all, you're poor. Where will you get it from? So we need to support these people who are in the front line fighting this in those much developed countries. That's why we have to give a lot of words of encouragement to the likes of Dr. Dan, Suneel, and also Dr. John Campbell for this fight here. There's what they call the pandemic treaty, which is also on the rise. They want to be signed and influence our decisions by the World Health Organization. It also affects us, the underdeveloped countries, and you may find that we don't have anything much to say about it, rather than buying the ideas of those developed countries, those elites who are much into the decisions of the health of the world. So if we give support to the professionals, the likes of Dr. Dan, who always fight those people up there, we should also be getting the profit from this side. It's a God's blessing. Let's continue the fight, and we should always be there in the front line to have this. We shall be making community outreaches to speak about this every Sunday, and it's really going to be very much important for us and for our health. You don't need to take so much medicines, so much prescription. And our doctors also this side in the villages, they want to prescribe to you more, so that they also get a lot of profits. So the medical industrial complex has reached up to this community, whereby you find someone prescribes a lot of drugs. When you come with complaints of high blood pressure, for the first time, someone comes for the first time with a high blood pressure, you don't know the situation he is in, because there are a lot of factors which will increase your blood pressure. Then you are straight away scared. They tell you that you have a very high blood pressure, we shall put you on medication. They take you like on 4 antihypertensives at once. You'll be taking those antihypertensives, starting medications, taking a lot of drugs, which is really so much bad, and it drains a lot of our money, which I'm here to fight, and we shall fight it together with this. I understand it's really a very hard thing, but we shall always keep on fighting. So we started from now today. We'll meet in the next video.